The quieter you become, the more you can hear. Zen Proverb. It's 2:47 a.m. You're lying in bed, eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling. Your body is exhausted, but your mind is sprinting through a marathon it never signed up for. Did I say the wrong thing in that meeting? What if I mess up tomorrow? What if I've already messed up and don't even know it yet? You turn over, check your phone, scroll, put it down, pick it back up. The thoughts keep coming, wave after wave. You're drowning in your own head. And the worst part? You know it's pointless. You know you're overthinking. But knowing doesn't stop it. If this sounds familiar, I need you to hear something. You're not lazy. You're not broken. Your brain is simply stuck in overdrive. And tonight, I'm going to show you an ancient Japanese practice that can pull you out of that spiral in just 5 minutes. Long before neuroscience could explain overthinking, the Japanese had already found a solution. It's called Mokusō, which translates to silent meditation. But this wasn't some mystical ritual reserved for monks on mountaintops. This was practical, functional, battle-tested. In traditional martial arts dojos across Japan, Mokusō is performed at the beginning and end of every training session. Students sit in seiza, kneeling position, close their eyes, and for a few minutes they do nothing but breathe and be still. But here's where it gets interesting. Samurai warriors in feudal Japan practiced Mokusō before entering combat, not to pray, not to hype themselves up, but to quiet the chaos. In 1582, before the Battle of Tenmokuzan, samurai would sit in meditation to clear their minds of fear, doubt, and distraction. Because in battle, overthinking doesn't just cost you focus, it costs you your life. One moment of hesitation, one intrusive thought, one mental spiral about what might happen. That's all it took. So they developed a method to reset the mind in minutes, to drop the noise, to return to now. And that method? It still works today. Let's talk about what's actually happening in your brain when you overthink. There's a network in your brain called the default mode network, your DEMN. It's active when your mind is wandering, ruminating. It's the voice that replays past conversations and runs disaster simulations about the future. When you're overthinking, your DMN is stuck on loop. And here's the problem. It teams up with your amygdala, your brain's alarm system, which keeps flagging these thoughts as threats. So you're not just thinking, you're thinking and feeling anxious. Your body responds with stress hormones, your heart rate increases, your sleep suffers, your decision-making gets foggy. Now add modern life into the mix. The average person checks their phone 96 times per day. We consume more information before breakfast than a person in the 1800s consumed in a lifetime. So we lie awake at 3 a.m. replaying a text message. We freeze when making decisions because we've considered every possible outcome. We scroll through our thoughts like Netflix, unable to pick one and commit. The cost? Lost sleep, decision fatigue, anxiety that never turns off. Relationships strained because you're physically present but mentally somewhere else. Opportunities missed because you were too busy analyzing the risks. Here's the good news. You don't need an hour of meditation. You don't need a mountaintop. You just need 5 minutes and a willingness to sit with yourself. Let me walk you through it. Step 1. Find your posture. Sit comfortably, cross-legged on the floor, kneeling in seiza, or in a chair with your feet flat on the ground. The key is your spine, straight but not rigid. Imagine a string gently pulling the crown of your head toward the ceiling. Place your hands on your knees, palms down, or rest them in your lap. Step 2. Close your eyes. Softly close your eyes, or lower your gaze to a spot on the floor about 3 feet in front of you. Step 3. Breathe naturally. Don't force your breath, just notice it. Breathe in through your nose for a count of 4, hold for 2, breathe out for a count of 6, 4 inches, 2 hold, 6 out. That's it. Step 4. Anchor your attention. Focus on the sensation of your breath, the coolness as you inhale, the warmth as you exhale, or focus on the gentle rise and fall of your belly. Step 5. Notice your thoughts, then let them pass. Here's what's going to happen. Thoughts will come, and that's okay. You're not trying to stop them, you're just not engaging with them. Think of your thoughts like clouds passing through the sky. You see them, you acknowledge them, but you don't chase them. I need to reply to that email. Notice it, let it pass. Your mind is a stormy sea. Mokusō is dropping anchor. You're not trying to calm the waves, you're just choosing not to ride them. This isn't just philosophy. There's real science behind why 5 minutes of Mokusō can pull you out of overthinking. Research from neuroscientist Richard Davidson found that even brief meditation sessions reduce activity in the default mode network, the part of your brain responsible for rumination. When you focus on your breath and body, you activate your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for self-regulation and decision-making. You literally shift your brain out of panic mode and into presence. Jon Kabat-Zinn has shown that focused breathing lowers cortisol, your stress hormone, and activates the parasympathetic nervous system, your body's natural calm-down system. And here's the part people get wrong. You're not trying to clear your mind completely. That's not the goal. That's not even possible. The goal is to change your relationship with your thoughts, to stop treating every thought like an emergency that needs solving right now. Let me tell you about Marco. He's a software engineer in his early 30s. A few months ago, he was stuck in the worst mental loop of his life. He just led a project that went sideways. Nothing catastrophic, just messy. But in his mind, it was a disaster. He replayed every decision, every email, every meeting. At night, he'd lie awake running simulations of conversations that would never happen. One evening, after another sleepless night, he had a panic attack while making dinner. Just standing there, chopping vegetables, and suddenly, he couldn't breathe. That was his breaking point. A friend mentioned Mokusō. Marco was skeptical. He'd tried meditation apps before and always quit after 3 days. But he was desperate. The first time he tried it, it felt awkward. His legs fell asleep. His mind wouldn't shut up. He kept peeking at the timer, but he kept going. 5 minutes before bed. That's it. After a week, something shifted. He noticed he could catch the overthinking before it spiraled. He'd feel that familiar tug, the urge to replay a conversation, and instead of diving in, he'd pause, breathe, let it pass. 3 weeks in, he started using Mokusō preemptively, before important calls, before making decisions, after receiving stressful news. It wasn't magic. He still overthought sometimes. But now he had a way out. Let's talk about the traps people fall into. Mistake 1. Expecting instant results. You're not going to sit down once and suddenly have a Zen master's mind. This is a practice. Some days will feel easy. Some days your brain will fight you the whole time. That's normal. Mistake 2. Trying to force an empty mind. If you're sitting there thinking, stop thinking, you're doing it wrong. Thoughts will come. Your job is just to notice them without judgment and return to your breath. Mistake 3. Giving up too early. Most people quit after 3 days because it's not working. But neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to rewire itself, takes time. Give it 2 weeks, just 2 weeks of 5 minutes a day. This is not about perfection. It's about practice. Here's how you integrate this into your actual life. Before bed, when overthinking keeps you awake. Before making big decisions. During work breaks to reset your focus. After stressful news or triggering messages. First thing in the morning to set the tone for your day. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be 5 minutes every time. Even 2 minutes helps. The key is consistency, not duration. Here's the truth that no one talks about. Overthinking isn't a sign of intelligence. It's a sign of fear. Fear that you'll make the wrong choice. Fear that you're not enough. Fear that if you stop analyzing, something bad will happen. But here's what I've learned. The bravest thing you can do is choose to be still, to sit with yourself, to face the noise without running, to trust that you don't need to solve every thought the moment it appears. The quieter you become, the more you can hear. Tonight, I want you to try something. Instead of scrolling before bed, sit for 5 minutes. That's it. No app, no timer if you don't want one. Just you, your breath, and the willingness to be present. Because here's what the samurai knew, what the monks knew, what neuroscience now confirms. You're not broken. You're just out of practice at being with yourself. And practice, that starts now.